In the right place. Ugh, I just had the wrong thing in the wrong place. Just a little bit. There we go. I'm here now. I'm here. That's okay. G'day, everyone. At the moment, yeah, I was in the background doing the stuff I needed to do in the background. I'm here on HAPS, and it is going to 6 destinations. So hi to each and every one of you, whether you're on let me tell you where I'm going to. It's actually showing up in Twitter, my Facebook profile, my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, my Periscope, and my Twitch. The Periscope just means it's going into the Twitter. So that's the way it goes in that way, I think, still. So I don't know whether it doubles up because it's Periscope and Twitter or what. Don't know. But that's okay. We're going live. We are live in somewhere on those pages. Now, what I've got, HAPS is a free application that you can actually join in on with a Chrome browser is the best. In fact, I think it's only the Chrome. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'd have to actually verify that. I'm just reading their stuff. It's where you can come in as a community and collaborate with other people, and it's simple, very simple way for viewers to actually support those who are broadcasting. Financially, basically, you can give the coins as thank yous, rewards, appreciations. There's certainly a few different types of awards that you can give coins for, and you earn them as a broadcaster by doing the broadcast daily, weekly, whatever you are led to doing, really. You don't have to every day. I just happen to on my Facebook, at least. Not always here, and that's okay. So if you enjoy doing broadcasts, certainly hop over to HAPS, join on the link that I've got. I'm not sure what it's called. It shows up there occasionally, but it's the one that's got invite in it, I think. So on the other pages where it's going out to, you won't be able to click on it or anything. You just give me a hoy and I'll give you a link to actually join in so that we're both rewarded. I don't think they call it affiliate, but it's certainly a bit of a referral system so that we get rewarded. And once you're actually in HAPS, it is something that I can put up the comments here like this and put them on the screen. It's very similar to my Be Live that I use normally for my daily ones. Did that come up on the screen? I think it did. Yeah, there is a time delay. Now, if you're actually on my Facebook profile, I don't think you can give permission for me to see your name. I think that's something Facebook has as a default. So you'll need to type in Hi Ros from if you're there on the Facebook profile. If you're on the page, your name is able to show up just like this, that is Tracy's. So you'll see that in a minute and see how her name is popping up there. So it says Tracy. Good morning. Good morning, Tracy. It's just good morning here. I've only got 3 minutes on my computer that says it's morning. Then it's going to kick into noon in the afternoon. So I'm just here. I am here trying to, doing a few of the different button things. I know that somehow in my eCam I can actually choose, and I think I can choose my iPad as a camera, and I wanted to try that, and this is where it's showing up. There it is. Yes, it can be. So I can actually use that as a camera, which is interesting.
I haven't actually got it turned on opened, and can't use the back camera. That's just what I've got as far as the front of the screen goes. So I know I can use that now. It's a couple of those things that I actually wanted to try out, and I've got to find, where's the camera that I can choose? Ah, there it is. I want to go back to this one so that you can see me. I do have an old iPhone plugged in that I think that the way that Ecamm use it, because I'm using the Ecamm virtual camera, there certainly is a little bit of maneuvering some stuff around to use this gear. But once it's sorted, once I've finished pressing some buttons, it's going to be set. Now, this is an old number 5, I think, of the iPhones. I've got to charge it up first with an old dicky cord I did find, and then turn it on. And that's what I'm going to do now. And, it's a bit difficult. I can't remember how the heck you turn these ones on. It's a button up the top, isn't it? Does anyone there know that's watching? Ah, no, there we go. So it is saying that I can. It doesn't have a SIM card in it anymore. It is just a camera. I was just seeing if it would use it as just a camera, and it's looking like I can't. It's not popping up as a camera, even though it's plugged in directly. I'll just see if I can. And I am going to be pressing a few chords here, pressing a few buttons here to allow. Trust this computer, trust. And I don't even know what my Apple ID is. Yeah, I think I've got a bit more setting up to do for this one, so I'll do that a little later. Because it's only on a network, not using a SIM card, I can't join in as a guest on that. Hey, it's all worth trying out. That's what I was thinking anyway. So I'm going to switch that around so we can actually see some cards. Oh, actually, the first thing that I was going to show you, I have got my cup of tea ready to go. Looky cookie. There's my cup of tea. I thought I'd give it a go and actually I'm going to bring it over this way first. Give it a go as another play around with the tea leaf reading. I still haven't sort of got the hang of it fully yet, so please do bear with me as I'm doing that. And all the hair in the way. Just at that drinkable stage now. And you'll see me do the tipping over shortly. So I thought, well, what we might do is a quick spread of this. Now I'm going to do it with a question in my mind of, do I go ahead with a particular project that I want to pursue or not? So it's going to give me some information on the particular project I want to move into. And I'm not going to reveal that because it's sort of a bit my secret. If anyone's there and wanting to have a card pulled, I do have that deck sitting here if you want just a card pull. So I'm just going to concentrate on doing this one here. I was hoping to have my camera up here, up the top. Yes, Kathy, this is different. And what it is a card reading system. It's actually tea leaf card reading, sort of. A lady called Karen has created this sort of a chain reading, like you do daisy chains, I suppose. You go from one to the next to the next. You'll have a look. Just watch it for a bit and have a look. So with this business in mind, I'm just going to, here's the cards going to be spread for this work that I want to, do I continue on with a project that's in hand? It's only at planning stages, and I thought, well, before I get too involved, it's whether I am needing, is it my pathway to go with this particular project? So that's all that I'm revealing with that. So here we have the 3 rows of these cards. And I'm just going to take the Apple Pencil so it's easier to point. So here we've got the first 3 cards, the first 6 cards that are the pink row. Then we've got the second row is the green row. As you can see, there is a green teapot in this signage that Karen's designed. And this bottom row is a blue row. So that's the only reason why, until I get really fully conversant with this mat, that I'll continue to use the actual tilt on those first 3. So, and I'm just going to use the dice as to which card do I start at. So here we've got 4 and 4 is 8. So from there, I'm going to go, there's 6, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know where I'm going to start it. It's this one. So on that green, we've got the start of a new project. It's something that's new. It's like a baby, a new child, new baby, and that type of thing. So for me, it will be a brand new project, and that's what the basis of the actual question was. So the dice actually picked the right card as that foundation. And here we have the money card on it. So it is indicating abundance, and moving forward, there's going to be plenty in that bucket of resources, or abundance in that realm of what this project will mean. So moving that forward, it's going to 6 of the blue. So that's over here in this corner. At some point, I will become a lot more proficient in not needing to count and know where each of these cards are. But at the moment, I don't. Here we've got the 5 green. That's the home card. So it's going to mean there's certainly that move of those resources, the abundance, into the home space. So it's going to be a very comfortable and useful place and space to have, well, it's have that coin. It's meaning there's going to be that security, that being able to, well, I suppose, pay the bills and stuff like that as it's going, as I'm moving forward with it. So far it's feeling like there's a good amount of positivity in it, in moving into that project. So here we go with the 5 green. Verifies I'm on the right card, because you've got what was the card into the next as the foundation for the next one. And what we've got there is the sword. So it really is about making some of those quick decisions, the cutting edge. It really is being pointed as well. So it's not being wishy-washy with how some of those questions or decisions are being made. It's, step in, you've got to make a decision, make it. So that's what that's doing. And you can see the little golden tip on the end. I'll just see if that focuses in a bit better for you. So there we've got that beautiful golden tip on the sword. So we're moving then, into 4 green. Here's the next one along, as in that 4th card, green row. There, it verifies it. And we are back to the pram. That first card that we've got as our foundation that has revealed that there is abundance of money in that resource. So 2 green. And that actually means that's the completion of that particular, I just got to find where I was at. Is that one? No, it's not. It's that one. I've got to go back to this. So that actually means that there is the completion of that particular chaining of the cards. So for the answer to what my question was, is it's pretty much indicating that, go ahead, that I do. Is here we've got it, that we started with the brand new idea, to the abundance that's going to give security and resources for the home space, making those quick decisions, and then moving it through from being, which direction we want to take it for that new project. It's going to come back there to that abundance. So it really is that swing around as it goes, a positive reading. And it only took, 4 cards to be revealed for that to give an answer. So that's how quick that particular style of reading is. So, Kathy, yes, it's very different and it's very interesting. So has anyone actually got any questions? I'm going to put up, oh, I didn't load that. I got some nice little gify, not gifs, you know, the emoji things, bitmojis, I think they are, that I've got here. I have got one that says, any questions? All are, well, some way. I've been having some fun with doing these things. If you come over, if you want to join in with on the HAPS platform itself, then you can actually interact a lot more easily. Oops, did that do it? I'll show you how. It's just like live streaming. Here I've got any questions I can put up and share, and I can change it around so that with your live streaming techniques, you can change it around to looking a little more playful or professional, or having a guest in here in the HAPS show. So, yeah, it really is. I like them too, Kathy. It certainly brings forward a more, it can be a very concise reading, and bring in, you know, something that actually has that direct reference to what your question is. Having a more detailed question to start with gives a much better reading. And in that one, I only took 4 cards. I didn't have to guess it. All you have to do, you know, all you're doing is guessing a number between 1 and 8 and a start, or use the dice, or just pick, you know, between the pink, blue, green, and a number between 1 and 6. You know, there's different ways of starting it. And we moved straight into what was effectively a pretty good reading. So I know for me that what that little project is going to be is moving forward. And, you know, the quick decision now that I've done this, it's not that the cards actually, I mean, they are a fortune-telling card system, but it's not that you sort of choose because the card said so. It's just confirming what I'm feeling around the particular project, that it really has a good energy. And so, you know, my decision probably is I'll continue with it. I'll certainly decide a bit further after, you know, a little bit more experience. You know, the stuff that we like to move into, aren't we first getting that attraction to it by sort of, oh, I wouldn't mind trying that. I mean, that's how I start a lot of things. And it is interesting, isn't it? Yeah, but you know me reasonably well, I suppose, Kathy. So, yeah, it's a go with the flow style, and these are a go with the flow because they actually flow in that chaining sequence that brings a bit of interest. Very much so. I was only popping in to try whether I can get that iPad connected. I can, and to do another lot of the, you know, this CuriosiTea. My aim is that for these types of readings with the, and I've got to undo that. I forgot the sequence that I'm meant to do with these and switch it round to the cards. So my intention is that this type of reading, as you can see there, where I've got the little circle, that with these types of readings that, because we can't continually do everything that we do for free. This is something that I am enjoying. I love doing them. But, you know, the Buy Me a Coffee is the link where I've set up a HAPS live stream CuriosiTea card spread reading. This is it. So you go to the Buy Me a Coffee, you check out which it is, and whilst I'm online, that you would actually paying for that. I think I'm supposed to get some. I'm wanting it so that I get that instant message to say someone's, you know, for instance, Kathy has bought me a coffee or a HAPS coffee reading thing, whatever it is. I can't remember what I even labelled it. You'll have to go and check it out. The link's there above in the description. So, oh, that's on the HAPS side, isn't it? Actually, I need to put that on the Facebook. Hang on a sec. I'll just take a slurp of my tea because I'd like to get to the bottom so that we can do a tea leaf reading. And because it's tea, it takes a little bit longer than a coffee to drink, doesn't it? So we're on and you're on the Facebook page, aren't you? I think. I'm just going to open that one, a different tab. So this one that I'm on, my CuriosiTea, that is, oh, hi, it was Carol Chapman saying hi before. G'day, Carol. And it's the link that is so much to do, isn't there? This one, it's the Buy Me a Coffee here. And you have a look, and when I go to that Buy Me a Coffee site, because I closed it, I needed to get some of these tabs closed. Otherwise I was going to. Oh, it does show up in the comments there too. So that's the one. And it actually shows, if I can show you a screen of Buy Me a Coffee, it's such an easy little app that rewards people. You share what you have, in a little shop or a membership or something like that. And I can't get to I've just got to do that a little differently. Because I had it in my back office, so to speak. It is fairly easy right here. I haven't done it before. Is a present, like share screen. And that is something I don't think I've done before. And Naomi, you're watching from a hospital bed. Wow. I'm just putting the link in my page there. And yeah, Melinda, I am doing some readings today. Are they showing up in the HAPs? This is where Kathy, yes, Melinda, yeah, your comment is showing up there. I just had to switch screens because, what do you call them? The tabs, just to put the link into the Facebook. So it does seem like a bit of switching and changing because I am. So yes, I am doing a couple. If there's people wanting to ask a question or, have the cards or this particular reading that is this one. Now, what I'm going to do is just quickly put them all together again and reshuffle. If there's someone that wants to pay the $9, and it's only $9 in the Buy Me a Coffee to have a live reading using these cards. Now I've reshuffled again, and when there's someone who is wanting to have one of those readings, I'd love to check out which way it comes through. Oh, that's gorgeous, Kathy. So you'd like to check it out, but not very savvy on these things. This is why I'm doing these types of live streams on the HAPs so that it gets a broader reach of showing people how easy it actually is to watch various different shows on the HAPs platform itself, haps.tv. You can just go in and watch it like that, or join in as mine, to join, so to speak. That's where an invite was there somewhere. And now I can't remember where. And the other reward, Buy Me a Coffee, I get most of the money. With the HAPs, it's a portion because they need to support their system. There's no advertising. It's free to use for the broadcasters as well. So there's needing to be a way that they can help sustain and grow that business model and it's help support the broadcaster as well. So with that, this is why I'm wanting to try and spread it around, I suppose, to collaborate. The word is, buzzwords and whatnot, to collaborate and help others to use this technology so that we're not all being sort of left behind and it's not the fear of missing out. It's just being able to be shown in a fairly slow way so that those who are getting a bit in the more mature and haven't got their hands-on ability with technology finessed yet. And I know I'm using a few big words, but it takes a bit of time, and sometimes it's just the repeating and doing all the time, isn't it? And Naomi, you yourself have said, oh wow, I'm giving you a heart there because you're watching from hospital. You had a spinal fusion surgery. Oh, it's the teacup cards confirmed last week. Oh, wow. Wow. Do vaguely remember. Yeah, I don't have a great memory. I do vaguely remember now. And Melinda, you'd like to know about romance, an old one. I'm going to give a heart there too. So I don't know if that shows back on the actual Facebook page or not. Now, Kathy, we've got Sarah here too. Lovely to see you here as well. You're all in Facebook, pretty much. That doesn't actually show. When I put it on the screen, you'll see it just shows your name with the comment bubble. It doesn't show you, the public, where you're from, so it can be anonymously. Well, it's not anonymous. You've got your name there, but no one knows where you're actually doing it from. I know that you are. So, Kathy, you're certainly in the Facebook clan there. So you're on my page. PayPal or Stripe, I think, is how the Buy Me a Coffee works. You can actually choose which one you'd like to actually use as that payment. I don't know whether it is something you save as a, that you can save it in Buy Me a Coffee so that next time that you want to buy me a coffee, it's there. I don't know because I like that. You didn't mean to write old at the end. Look, I have just shuffled this with that comment in mind. I'd love to know about romance. So, Melinda, what you've got here is your card. And I'll switch around the screen so that we've got the card showing better this way. It should show up without as much of that glare. If I held it just up to my camera there, it would be a bit glary. So what you've got opening for you, it is the key is opening your doorway. What is it that you're wanting? You've got a beautiful rose in there, that beautiful blossom. Is it romance that you're wanting? It's unlocking the door for that for you. So because your question was about romance, it certainly is. It's answering that question. Yes, you've got control. It's your key. You can unlock that door as many times as you like. And if you want to lock something away as well, you've got that ability too. Just trying to get that where it's not fuzzy. It's still going to be. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to try the old iPhone, see if that camera on it works better. I'll nut it out at some point to use a different, other than this webcam. It's not focusing all that well on close up. That's about as good as I'm going to get it. So hopefully that's going to be very helpful for you. The intention for you is that you want to unlock that door. If you want to lock it away too, you have the key. That's what it's reminding you of. Okay. So, and this is where I have to, I definitely have to do the little indicators of where I'm up to. And we've got Tarot Talk with Kelly. So do you use tarot cards? That's wonderful. And you are within the HAPS app. I'm still trying to decipher how these things look. So I'm just going to take another sip of my tea. It was a big glug. So Tarot Talk with Kelly. So I presume that your name is Kelly. How have you been finding the HAPS? Are you broadcasting? Do you come on as a guest and that type of thing? So one of the things that's an advantage when you're actually within the HAPS environment in this haps.tv and watching from here, what I can do is actually, as well as put these cards on the screen and put the comments on the screen, I can actually view Kelly's profile whilst in the process of doing this live stream. And that can be really handy too, because as we know, wow, Ontario, Canada, thank you very much for popping in. I wasn't sure if it would be the right timeline for the Americas, Canada and UK, because I know that it's at least 12 hours difference, plus a bit more for some areas, so wasn't quite sure. Oh, love to you, Kathy. It's lovely to have you pop in. Thank you so much for commenting and showing up and being you. Love you. Enjoy the rest of your day, Kathy. Now, Tarot Talk with Kelly. So, Kelly, what cards these are CuriosiTea. I've got the guidebook, so I'll put that under there. It's CuriosiTea. They're a tea leaf card type, and I'm finding it hard to hold that steady. So this is the guidebook that goes with this particular deck that I'm using, and it's the back is there. So it's many curious things I see when telling fortunes in your tea. So as a card reading system, Karen Dalton Smith. So this here is the actual inside page of her guidebook. I have no idea whether if you do a screenshot, whether that QR code will work. Karen does have an Etsy shop. This is where I purchased this set of cards from. It is a registered trademarked system, so if people do try to copy her card reading system, they'll get in trouble. I fully encourage people's creativity in being able to use their creations in the way that they want to, trademarked, patented, whatever other things you need to do for it. And, I will, encourage people to purchase her system. It's Etsy is Tea with Karen. That is her Etsy page. I haven't got it up at the moment to show you, but do the search on that. And I haven't got it written out as a link. I think it's on Etsy. Yeah, Tea with Karen. Search for that one, Kelly, and see what it comes up with. She is in Victoria, Australia. Okay, so that's where you'd need to be making sure that it's there. You'll see the cards there in the system. The choices are wonderful. It's not just this steampunk set. There are some watercolor types. Even looking on YouTube for her system there, Kelly. As I was amazed by it and thought, wow, I really like this system. Went searching for her on her Etsy, bought it straight away, and very many different ways that she does her readings. So it's lovely learning through YouTube. Excellent place to do some searching too. But the better place is here because we're actually live conversation as well. And this is going to my YouTube as well, I think. I'm just going to double check that. Yes, it is. So I am actually on YouTube as well as Twitch, as well as, the Twitter and etc. So as you'd know, Kelly. So, and you do a broadcast from time to time. Oh, that's wow. New to broadcasting, hope to do more in the future. Look, definitely. I really do enjoy live streaming. I've been doing it now definitely the Lenormand card spreads I've been doing daily, nearly every day. I've had a few interruptions for health reasons, but definitely that's been over a year. And it's been so much fun. I love it. I haven't had many guests on because it's something you need to be careful of, and it needs to be appropriate and in the right time, the right energy. You'd know that. So, and certainly if you'd like to pop in one time and put your hand up that you'd like to jump on the screen with me or, in the chat with me, in the view, the live stream, I'm open to that. So, but it certainly is only going to be for those who are, in the right frame, in the right mindset, in the right space. It's got to be in context. One of the things I have noticed with some conversations on here, you do need to have a bit of discernment around what you think what personal interests you've got. There is certainly the subjects around, but it's also some things that I do not like watching when there's so much swearing that it's just offensive and that type of thing. And there has been a couple of them that I've noticed have come up that way. And don't get in and be abusive back and all that sort of stuff. Just turn them off, report them if you find it too offensive. But, the conversation is theirs. Leave it. You don't have to stand around. You don't have to hang around in that conversation or that live stream chat. You just leave it. Let them go for it. And I do know there is an awareness with hats as far as their their conditions of using the service is pretty much not to be offensive and harassing and all that sort of stuff. So the actual incidences of trolls coming in and messing around with your live streams and things like that, your chat streams, is lesser because things are put into place that straight away you can report and they're blocked and off. So it's not like some of the Facebook pages, you just got to keep persisting because Facebook don't care, etc. You get a lot of them doing the trolling there. What I'm going to do now, though, because I have finished my cup of tea, I'm just going to roll this up and put it aside. Whoops, you've got my hairy arm again. And this is where this little set of cards, see how that fits in my hand when I roll up the kit, pretty much. And I have got a nice little purse I found, Kelly, that this fits in. I found it in my mum's things. There's little charms in there. You'll see when you search the YouTube as to how it works. Put them in, and there's my dice. Zipper up. And there I have. I don't use the guidebook at all anymore, but there I have my little kit to go to do readings wherever I feel like. So really good and convenient. What I'm wanting to do now, though, and this is where I haven't got my camera in the right place and space, I'm just going to shift you around to on top of my iPad. Is that close enough? Yeah. So that I'm actually talking to a screen, sort of. Whoa, I don't know how well that's sitting there. Is it? Is that sitting there all right? I've got it perched on top of my iPad. Oh, I don't want you looking at my cleavage either. Sorry. That's not right. Not right. I'm at the ear of that, not right. Here we've got the cup of tea. What's left, okay? So that what I've got here, and I'm going to get that stick. I knew that I needed my Apple Pencil. So that with this, there are certain little things that you can do. I'm going to do it like that and turn it 3 times, just because it's one of those I want to make as my own little ceremony. And I'll go clockwise with tipping it that way, so that some of those hopefully will stick. I'm new to this, remember, so I am actually new to the tea leaf reading. So there we've even got some already stuck, but you sort of go round and round and round and round and then tip it out. I'm tipping it with the handle away. There's little things that create rituals. Once that's done, you tip it back, and this is where you do the reading from. And I haven't brought the book in with me. We did have an instruction book with the actual workshop that we did. So really with this, if you can see that closely enough, can you see it closely enough? Those who are left here watching, I'm just going to put that down. Have a looky cookie. Is it up? Yep, we've got the handle. I'll put it a bit easier to see with the handle up that way. Does it show? Just going to go that way. Yeah, in actual fact, I'm going to take that away because that's not needed anymore. And we see the beautiful cup. We'll see the beautiful cup now with the tea leaves left in it. Okay, and the way that we read them is 12 o'clock, and it goes around like a clock so that it's back to the 12 o'clock. So effectively 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6, etc. It's just one way of reading them. There's not an absolute exact, this is the definitive, you must do it this way all the time. There is certainly some form of history behind it and what can be looked up as to how to read them, but this is what I was taught with our workshop. That big one right down the bottom is certainly a deep secret, and it's not going to reveal itself to me right now because it's not. What I am seeing in that next month, there's certainly what that there looks like to me is a seahorse. So, and I haven't got the book with me to actually interpret now the symbols in the guidebook that we have. They're only a guide. So I'm just going to read them as I'm feeling and seeing them here. The higher up on the edge, it's closer to the now time, the deeper down, it's what's being revealed and coming forward at that particular point in time. How much clarity you're going to get around it. That's right in the depths is going to be pretty murky and not coming up for being revealed, sort of. I think that's how I understand it. I've got a lot more to learn. And I better just check that I've got no more. Have I got any other comments here? I know I've got quite a few people watching, so that's wonderful. Thank you. And there is no compulsion for anybody to make comment. Whoop, wrong camera. For anybody to make comments. You don't have to. You can sit and just watch. So, if you've got something that you're seeing in this cup, I don't think I've got the right tea leaves personally. It is an old supply that I had, and I think I need to actually get fresh tea leaves because all I'm seeing at this angle right there, can you see that? It's hard to see, isn't it? How close is that? All I can see in there, that to me looks like it's a seahorse. I don't know what significance that feels like. Seahorse and fish, so it's certainly a very watery feeling, as in, of the oceans. So with that, I'd actually say there's quite a bit of stirring, and because it seems a bit dirty and stirred up, I'm feeling it's quite a bit of stirring of emotional stuff, which in this month there has been for me. Personally. So what is it actually saying to you? This is just a general, let's read the tea leaves, see what practice I can get from it. And this here, it almost, you'd need to know South Australia, you need to know Australian map for this one, but that tea leaf there, can you see it? Yeah. That almost looks like the South Australian section of the Australian map, so the state of South Australia. So to me, it's almost feeling like, well, I'm going to be staying here for the moment. There's not going to be any urgency to travel anywhere, even though I am planning at some point to travel over to Western Australia because I have a son there. Now, when you move around further, there I've got, and that to me looks like a bird in flight. So it's taking flight. It almost, because it's so light and a different colour, it feels like a beautiful lightness of whimsy, like almost it really is something that's going to be light and refreshing and revealing, like it's moving to the sunshine. So that's what that feels like to me, and that's going to be certainly something that's very clear and available at the time if I choose to take flight. Now that, as you can see, would be between 2.5 months away. Okay, as you're looking at that, I'm hoping that this camera really is, focusing in on this. I can't watch everything at once. So as we're moving further around, what else is showing up? Look, there's some scattered dots there. I'm not sure what they mean at this point. We've got a log that almost looks like at the 6:30, 6.5-ish to 7 mark. It's midway up the cup, and it almost feels, this here looks like it's the start of a kite. So there's something probably in progress that's just fallen flat. That's what the words are that I'm getting with that one. So it started to feel too heavy to move on with, and that to me feels like, well, is it going to persist? Let's have a look. What else is there in here that looks, and I've got in this one here that almost looks like a really large fish in its design. Rather than just each tea leaf looking like the fish, that to me is the way that these ones are laid out. It's almost like a really huge fat tuna. I saw a video the other day that was of the largest tuna ever caught, recorded or something, worth however many thousands of dollars for this one fish. That's what this looks like. So at around about that 9-month mark, there's going to be, I wonder if it's a pregnancy or birth. It feels like an abundance. It feels like something really big's going to come in the form of resources and abundance. And I know, like, that does correlate a bit with the Lenormand deck, that fish card in the Lenormand deck, the abundance, the resources. It is money as well as just resources and abundance. And it's moving together. It's in a team as well too. So we've got something else that's trying to hang on, trying to follow along too. It almost looks like a little S on its side, or a worm or something. And there's some more. That there to me looks like bird coming in just at that 10. I don't know whether it's swallow or that type of bird. It's things. Oh, we've got someone else who's coming from Facebook. If you're on my personal, it's the profile page, so I can't actually check that at the moment. But hi, hi anyway. Sorry, I got to remember the camera's there now. So that the angle that I'm looking at, that is it showing up as a bird to you? It's pretty hard to see it, isn't it? With this camera, I'm going to have to work out a different way of doing a tea leaf reading. So that's all I'm going to do with that, because it is proving a little bit difficult. This is where, doing these live streams in the way that I'm doing it certainly does show. Oh, whoops, and there's my arm again. It certainly does show the different ways that I'm going to need to adjust some things. Have a play. You'll see me pressing buttons again, and we can share a coffee as we're doing all this too. And there's a little coffee thingy, and I can change that around because that's what this HAPS can do. There we go. We've got any questions, and now we've got the coffee being the prominent one. And then I can go back to me as the main one. Like, there's so many different things. It's a way of sharing our space in productive ways, in just chatting with each other. And, oops, got that. And there's just so much that we can do with this. Now, I'm going to put that one up. So hi to, now that I've got you back on the screen, and that would be, whoopsie, I went to the wrong place. Diane. Hi, Diane. Lovely to see you here. And that's on my Facebook profile, so that's why we can't see your name. I don't think I can allow, have there's not a link that'll say show your name, not from the profile. And hi to you, JB. And this is a person who I've watched several broadcasts now. You go out as at The Voice, and I really do enjoy your shows. You're from, and this is for the benefit of the viewers, I've got to get it right. So you're from Malmo. I don't know whether I've pronounced that right, but you're from Sweden. And it's lovely to spend time watching your broadcasts as well. So thank you for popping in. I think I've covered everything I was going to this morning, and I did discover, yes, I can change my camera to, and I'm just going to see whether I can do it direct from in HAPS to my iPad. And this is, no, I took off my camera. I think I've got to do that. How? No, can't remember. I was going to present my screen. So this is the last thing that I mentioned I was going to do, and I didn't. So it's, you go over to a Chrome tab, and here is the front of my Buy Me a Coffee. So this is what you'll see when you click on the buymeacoffee.com/the Ros Bounty, just in that one. I can't remember if I've got a join me link or whether it's just taking you to this page, but this is the one that I was talking about. It's this one here that is the HAPS live stream card reading that pops up as a featured extra. So I do help others with live stream production assistance, and this is the one I want to do for these shows on HAPS. So once you click that, you'll actually, whoops, hang on, let me get that. I was on the wrong bit. You'll get this. So I can click that directly and put that straight away into my HAPS, which I didn't do before. And that should pop up there for those that want to. Now, I'm not probably going to do that this time for this session because I need to go and have some lunch. I've had my cup of tea, now I need the lunch. But this is the one that'll take you for next time. Copy it and paste it somewhere that you find, in a little note, and you find it for next time if you want to, so that you can actually have your own little card reading that was the Insta, the CuriosiTea chained tea leaf, the CuriosiTea cards anyway, so that, oh, I don't want them up now. Sorry, I still had those up. So that it'll take you to these cards, this one. And I'll just put that there in that corner so you can see that. I might get the link for next time and paste it myself in a little note so that I've got it for others who'd like to actually buy Karen's tea with Karen, something like this set of cards. She has some beautiful teacups as well for doing tea leaf reading. I haven't got one of those, as you saw. The one that I've got is just plain white, and that's probably what I'll be going on with. Oh, thank you for the thank you. I'll put that on the screen too. Thank you, Kelly. So thank you for being here. I am going to leave it there for now. I've nearly gone for an hour, and I was really only going to be on for a half hour or whatever. It's amazing how quickly time goes when you're actually enjoying what you're doing. And I certainly do enjoy what I'm doing here. I love it. So keep having a great day or evening, or have a lovely sleep if you're about to go to bed. We are global now, and it's wonderful to be able to connect like this. So I'll leave it there. And these, it's just, the countdown's going. Let's take that off. And I do have those there. I don't know that you can't click them, but certainly copy paste those, screenshot it, whatever. Until next time, thank you very much for being here. And I'm just going to go like that. And thank you very much for being here. Bye for now.